Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're unpacking something really crucial for almost every organization out there. We're talking about how to actually secure and, efficiently manage Microsoft 365. It's hardly a secret that businesses everywhere lean heavily on Microsoft products day to day. But here's the catch. While pretty much everyone uses Microsoft 365, a lot of organizations, well, they just aren't fully configuring it for security. One of our sources had this great analogy. It's perfect, really. Imagine you buy one of those big IKEA flat pack wardrobes. You get it home, and then you just leave it sitting there in the box. You might sort of assume it's built, figure your clothes are safe inside, but it's really just, a pile of parts. And that really nails the issue with M365 sometimes. The tools are powerful, definitely, but they're often left unassembled, not offering real protection.
It's a really common pitfall. And the why behind it is interesting. Often it just boils down to, budget and time constraints. Critical ones. Companies might assume that just having the license means they're automatically protected. Or maybe they underestimate how complex a proper setup is. And let's be honest, getting Microsoft consultants in to do a full configuration, that can get very expensive very fast. So you end up with businesses basically sitting on that unopened IKEA box, assuming the security is just there. When it really isn't protecting them much at all from modern threats.
That image really sticks, doesn't it? Very relatable. So our mission for this deep dive is basically to explore how you can effectively navigate these common security and efficiency challenges and, find out about the practical solutions emerging that can make this whole thing simpler and, importantly, more secure for you. Right, and building on that idea, turning assumptions into reality. Let's talk about another massive headache the sources point out, Microsoft license management. Think about it in today's businesses, people are always changing roles, leaving, joining, movers, leavers, changers, right? It makes it incredibly hard to keep track of exactly which licenses are actually being used. And this often means companies are getting overcharged, simply because they don't have a clear, real-time view of their actual usage. It's like paying for 20 toolkits when your team only ever uses 10 and the rest just gather dust.
Exactly. And that begs the question, doesn't it? How do you get that clear picture? How do you tackle these issues head on and maybe turn that wasted spend into budget you can use elsewhere in IT? Well, the sources highlight something pretty exciting here. A new generation of services focused specifically on M365 monitoring, alerting, and reporting. And this isn't just about adding more software, it's smarter. It's about integrating intelligence right into your existing M365 setup, giving you real-time alerts, automating compliance checks, and crucially, helping you optimize how you use those licenses.
Okay, so for someone juggling IT security and trying to keep costs down in, a constantly changing environment, what are the immediate sort of tangible benefits? What really shifts for an organization when they put something like this in place?
Well, connecting it back to the big picture, the operational advantages are pretty significant. It genuinely moves you from being reactive to proactive. First, it hugely mitigates cyber risks. We're talking proactive threat detection. Imagine having something like Have I Been Pwned integration built in. You know that service. It checks if user details are in data breaches. With this, you get real-time alerts, early warnings, so you can act before a small credential leak blows up into a major incident. That's huge. Second, it really cuts down the IT burden. Automating security tasks, automating compliance checks, it frees your team up from all that manual grind. Third, cost optimization, streamlining license management, giving you exact insights into usage, helping you reclaim underused licenses, turning sunk costs into savings, basically. And finally, compliance. It ensures you're staying compliant. Automated daily checks against key industry standards. Think GDPR for data privacy, NIST 2.0 for cybersecurity frameworks, NCSE Essential 8 maybe. It helps tick those boxes without constant manual stress.
Wow, yeah. That sounds like a fundamental shift. Moving away from constant firefighting, like you said, to genuinely proactive security and management. It sounds like it could make managing something as complex as M365 feel much more, manageable. But for organizations maybe already stretched a bit thin, what's the initial effort like to get these services running? Is it a massive project?
That's a fair point. And while every setup is, unique in some ways, the real value here is how seamlessly these services integrate. They're designed to connect with the M365 services you already have, which means less heavy lifting up front, and you start seeing the benefits faster. Another really compelling part is the continuous security auditing feature. It's not just a one-off checkup. It does daily evaluations and gives real-time alerts for critical changes in core areas. Things like Azure AD, that's user identities, Microsoft Teams, Exchange for email, SharePoint Online for documents. It really makes you ask, how much more secure could you be with that kind of continuous automated oversight instead of just relying on manual checks that might miss things.
That's a really powerful thought to consider. Okay, so to wrap up our deep dive today, we've kind of journeyed from that initial unopened IKEA box scenario, where M365 is powerful but potentially insecure and inefficient, to understanding how a dedicated monitoring, alerting, and reporting service can genuinely transform it, making it a securely configured, cost-optimized, and compliant environment.
Exactly. And the sources even point to a really practical first step you could take. There's mention of a low-cost but in-depth Microsoft Office 365 Security Assessment Report. It's designed specifically to give any organization detailed, actionable insights into where they stand right now, showing you exactly what's properly built and maybe what's still metaphorically in the box.
So thinking about the complexity of today's cloud environments and that analogy we started with, what hidden flat pack furniture might you still need to build in your own digital setup to be truly protected? Something to think about. We hope this deep dive has given you some valuable insights. Thanks for joining us.